The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Now remember, the last time out, they threw the interception. That led to the touchdown, so now time to regroup.
It certainly is, and their goal right now as they go back out on the field, a calming drive. Something that takes the ball, keeps it for a while, lets the defense relax a little bit, lets the offense regain confidence in their game plan.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber who runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down, keep the sticks moving.
And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And the Buccaneers are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. 2nd interception for him now here in this 1st half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on, his teammates are going to check on it, because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. He's airing it out for Williams. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Jamison Williams, his first NFL reception, goes for 6. And the Bucs are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. 1 play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Okay, so roughing the passer, and I've got to imagine that's the last thing you want to see week 1 is your quarterback taking an unnecessary hit.
I think you're exactly right about that. You hate it any week, but boy, are you on target. This is a unit that's depending on him to take him through 17 games, so you definitely can't let him get hurt right now.
And he goes down at the 26, a pickup of 13, and that last play began at the 13. 1st down. Well, there you go, Charles, the first completed pass of his young career. And
we expect it not to be his last. Very good to get the first one out of the way, though, as he begins his career.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And so the last 3 drives, you've got 2 interceptions and a fumble. I think we know why they're losing right now.
Without question, and we've seen the evidence, just what you talked about there. If they take care of the football, number 1, maybe they're not having this deficit, and number 2, maybe they actually have the lead.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who could do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On 3rd down, Brissett. And he'll get that to Fournette, complete. And he is going to have a Bucs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A pretty sizable deficit here in the first quarter. This defense probably need to get off the field in those situations on 3rd down.
And you and I both know in this huddle before that last 3rd down play, that's exactly what they talked about. Let's make a play. Let's get off the field. Let's reverse the momentum. Instead, they got hit with another first down, almost back to the drawing board.
And that went a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete. A lot of hype, of course, going into this one with the Cowboys and the Bucs. They met last year in the season opener. Remember, that was the night they raised the banner in Tampa. It was also Dak Prescott's comeback game. And the Bucs wound up winning 31-29 on a late Ryan Succop field goal. Really good game that was. But these two teams were also the 2 best offenses in the NFL last year. The Cowboys gaining 18 more yards over the course of the season than the number 2 Bucs. Yeah, the Cowboys here on 3rd down bringing in an extra defensive back. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. Off the play fake, here's Brissett. He's airing it out for Williams. And this is caught inside the 5. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Jamison Williams making quite a splash with his 2nd touchdown in his NFL debut. And the Buccaneers are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. Now a hit and a loose football. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. So problems compounding themselves here on the return. They just give up the touchdown, and now they lose the football.
Yeah, partner, things are starting to unravel a little bit for them right in front of our eyes. They're going to be looking for some answers, and quickly.
A first down carry for Henry. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. And his kick is right there. It's good, and the route is on. It's 24-0. So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Oh, and he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Cowboys. Christian McCaffrey, 75 yards. And the Cowboys are able to cut into that deficit. And with his speed, if he just finds the slightest crease, he can take it the distance like he did there.
How about the leverage up front? Offensive line out-leveraging the defensive front to create that space, that crease that he was looking for. And once he hits open field, he's going to be very difficult to catch and corral.
And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a first down. They'll run it again with Henry. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
They'll try to throw now. Brissett. This will go to Henry out wide. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And now it's 3rd and 4.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. A rough go there on 3rd down, a loss of 4. Hunter Nicewander on to punt now on 4th down. So they take the flag and the yardage that comes with it. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Now a give, right side McCaffrey. And down he'll go at the 25. 107 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in the season opener.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the 2nd quarter.
A good gain on 1st has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Being chased out left. A gritty play there. Put his nose down and got his guys a first.
Hadn't met a quarterback yet that didn't enter the league with a massive chip on his shoulder if he wasn't a first-round pick. They want to show the league that they made a big mistake. Determined to get the first down there, no hesitation at all to tuck it and go. I bet he would have tried running through their entire defense if it meant reaching that marker.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
22 yards there, a first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
And he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. Now back to throw. Well, this is intercepted. They get Ritter for the 3rd time. Buda Baker with a pick. certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that?
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Shaquille Griffin with a pick.
And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football.
He's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness has been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that, but I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1 interception.
Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. 13 yards and a first down, Cowboys. McCaffrey on the counter. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13.
And the all-pro safety Buda Baker in on the tackle. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Coleman will try up the middle. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Tevin Coleman, a 13-yard touchdown run.
And the Cowboys are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
Gold with the extra point, and that makes it 24-13. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's airing it out for Williams. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
But whatever they called on defense, they made sure they were ready for the pass on that snap, made the proper adjustments, and helped force an incompletion.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. 10th carry now for Derrick Henry. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. And on 3rd down, the Cowboys bring in an extra defensive back. Play action now. Brissett.
Got a man complete. It's Hamler.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. On 3rd and 10, they go flying past the marker and get nearly 40 yards.
Now this offense in midseason form here in the opener. It's 1st and 10.
And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Again, it's Henry.
And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line.
Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. 2nd and 5 now. Brissett. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now.
That incompletion certainly makes this upcoming third down a little bit more crucial. They need to find the right play to convert here and maybe start to tamp down a little bit of the momentum the other side is starting to gain.
And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. Williams, the man in motion left. Here's Brissett. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
K.J. Hamler.
In the final seconds of the first half.
And the Bucs will extend their lead here just before halftime.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is up to 18 now.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive.
And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. So we've reached halftime here in our initial Sunday night telecast of the new season. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. And we'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half.
From the end zone, here comes Williams. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well. And most importantly, partner,
yeah, they went into the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39.
54 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries. Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10.
Here's Brissett.
This is Hamler on the receiving end. He's got room at the 30.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. A big play that time for Tampa Bay. 52 yards. They'll try and run for it with Henry. And a nice pickup there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line.
And now defensively, you have to look at this like the game's on the line. It's just the third quarter, but another touchdown given up here could really spell an end to their chances. So they need to toughen up and keep them out of the end zone.
And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line.
A chance to really put this game out of reach. Here's 3rd and goal.
Trying to punch it in with Henry. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Derrick Henry with career touchdown number 70.
And the Bucs take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air.
And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
About gets set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if
he's got a man complete.
And they're going to move it down inside the 25.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Flushed out right. And this is caught. It's Brown. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. They'll try to run with McCaffrey. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal.
But the spotlight hit him once already tonight as he got into the end zone. He was trying to make it a double spotlight, wasn't he?
But credit the defense, bottling him up, not letting him get in for the 2nd score there. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. This Tampa Bay defense, they held strong on the first 2 plays. Now 3rd and goal. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line.
So taking a risk here early in the new year, they're going to go for it.
It's a quarterback sneak, and he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. Desmond Ridder with his first career touchdown in his first career game.
And the Cowboys' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
Gold able to tack on the extra point, and that'll cut the lead down to 18. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away.
From the end zone, here comes Williams. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. 67 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
From the 30 on 2nd down, Brissett. He finds his man complete. That's Ferguson. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go.
They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
They'll try and pick it up by running the option to the right. Hit as he throws, and the ball is out. It's a live football. That's picked up by the Cowboys, and they will take over at the 26-yard line.
So that play, I mean, it was pretty well blown up from the start, and it results in a turnover.
Yeah, and when you're running the option like that.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Here's Jackson.
A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return.
And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Now here's a throw that's complete. Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10, down at the 33. Back to throw here. That's Samuel, caught left side. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. Gets past one man, and they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. On the ground, McCaffrey. And he pushes forward, but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. McCaffrey will score. Touchdown, Cowboys. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you kept him out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on him. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the 1st down run goes backwards. To throw is Brissett. Fighting through pressure. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
Gotta give him points for the attempt, but there's just a wave of pressure there. A host of people in the area. Evades a few, but couldn't evade all of them.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's airing it out for Williams. He's got a man complete. A big play that time for Tampa Bay. 53 yards. The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the 4th, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. They continue to throw these safe passes. Who can blame them?
Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. Inside handoff, Henry. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
Now it's 1st and 10, a big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. From the red zone now, Brissett. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Ashton Davis. And the Cowboys are right back in this football game.
That's a beautiful read there by the safety. It's zone coverage, so he's just going to sit back and watch. He knows he can't get beat deep because he has the end line to protect him. So he can react to everything in front of him, and he makes a great break on the football and comes down with the interception.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 164 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. They go play action here on 1st down. On the move to his left. The 20. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15.
Another big play here as they strike for 31.
So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
2nd and 2, first down marker at the 5-yard line.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on 2nd and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but they, as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Curtis Samuel from 4 yards out. And the Cowboys have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th.
Well, just when you thought this game might be out of reach, 2 straight touchdowns have made it a ball game again.
They certainly did, because the way they can score quickly, they're never out of it. Now you need your defense to get one more stop, and who knows, maybe you get a chance to get a final drive to win the game.
Gold to add the extra point. And the lead is down to 4. The lead cut to just 4 as they kick it away and turn things over to their D. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand-new ball game. And now look at the situation. You've got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all of their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here. Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back, because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
Now Brissett. And caught by Henry. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards on the play and a Buccaneer first down. They'll try and choose some clock with Henry. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter.
Henry again on 2nd down.
And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. That will be their 3rd and final stoppage, as they'll only have the 2-minute warning now remaining. Play fake, Brissett. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted.
Picked off by Ashton Davis.
And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. This game, it's been defensively oriented on both sides. So I guess it stands to reason that the play of the game comes on defense.
Well, it's my kind of game. You know that.
That's
Anytime
right.
we have a defensive battle. But that, as you said, it stands to reason that's the way the game tilted. Someone had to make a big play. And the way the defenses were dominating, that's exactly what we got.
And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they have to try and move past that pick six because now they're dealing with a fourth quarter deficit. And they need this drive to end in points. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Deion Jones in there to get him. It's a loss of 5.
Chalk that one up to bad acting, I guess, because they certainly failed to sell the handoff, and the pressure stayed keyed in on the quarterback. No Oscar awards for this offense, just a loss of yardage.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. And they'll send Williams in motion right. On 2nd and 15 now. Brissett, he's going to let it fly. And a high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Brissett. He's got Henry. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. They'll run for it with Henry. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. What an opening weekend it's been already. Could the best finish be coming here on Sunday night? We'll find out as we come up on a 1st and 10. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. And the Cowboys have just about sewn up this football game. When you talk about making winning plays, that is a winning play at this stage of the game. To come up with that interception, huge.
I like how you identified that, because most people think winning plays are the offense trying to get it done. In this case, nursing a lead, they found a way to make a play on that side of the ball and maybe finish things off.
The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. It's a pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining. On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that? And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And the Bucs are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. Boy, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the years.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game. Go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity. And the connection not there. Incomplete. Just 14 seconds down to the final couple of plays here. Williams, the man in motion left. Now Brissett. That'll be
incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
Here's Brissett.
He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. So after all of this, it comes down to one final play.
And just think of what it's going to be, because from this distance, you've got to be prepared for everything. Hook and laterals, tip balls, you name it. A lot of laterals after a catch. Just got to be prepared, stay on your feet defensively, and tackle some.
He forces one there. It's a potential dagger as it's intercepted.
Shaquille Griffin with a pick.
Partner, that'll do it. These week 1 primetime games, they always seem to have a little bit more electricity, a little more anticipation. A fun one tonight, and a lot of fun ones that we have on the road ahead.
And partner, I love the word you just used there, electricity. Things were crackling out there, weren't they?